Hello, hello, hello. Peace and blessings to you. Let me get this music off. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Today is our November Healing Circle, and I am super excited to be here with you. We're going to be talking about gratitude, stepping into an attitude of gratitude. Let me grab my notes really quick because I need those. I had sat down and just thought about what wanted to come forward today, what we needed to kind of discuss and talk about as far as single moms is concerned. And so a couple of things came up that I want to discuss, and my hair is just doing its own thing. So I pulled these two decks. Well, this is the first deck that I pulled to use, getting into the vortex, but it really focuses on relationships. And I think that is going to be an important aspect of what we talk about tonight. And then I also pulled this other deck, Ask and It Is Given. Both of these are talking about really stepping into your power and getting into good vibrations, good flow of positive emotions and energy that are going to help you to embrace gratitude, that are going to help you open up to abundance. And you know, Healing Single Mothers is all about living abundantly ever after. And so because I reached for this deck first, I feel like there's a lot that needs to be worked on in the relationship space when it comes to gratitude, or maybe not feeling as grateful because of our unique circumstances as a single mother, dealing with exes and navigating the realm of parenting alone. So we're going to talk about that today. Before we get started, in case you are new, I want to welcome you to the Healing Circle. And this is a sacred space. It is free of judgment. There's no shame. There's no, none of that here. We are all here in a space of love to be supported. And I want to make that very clear. This isn't a space where we want to bash anyone, but we just want to be in a space where we are open to getting what we need to thrive, to grow, to elevate, and all of that. So I am your circle leader. I am Jovhannah, known as the Spiritual Love Healer. I am the creator of the Healing Single Mothers community and all of those amazing things. And currently I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina, but I am looking to relocate to, I'm thinking Costa Rica or somewhere. I just feel the deep call to live by some water. And my family is from Costa Rica. So I've always had a dream of moving to Costa Rica and just kind of reconnecting with my roots there. So that's something that's very important to me. I am the single mom of two. I have a 5-year-old and a soon to be 18-year-old. So I have a kindergartner and a college freshman, which makes life extremely interesting and exciting. So my story kind of started with me being in an abusive relationship. I left that relationship and I lost everything. Excuse me, I've experienced sexual assault, struggled with depression, anxiety, was jobless, homeless. Like I've been through it all. Okay. And if I can still smile, if I can still be here and speak to you from a space of healing and a space of empowerment, then I know that I can support you through whatever it is that you are experiencing in your life as well. So I've actually been a healer my entire life, and I became a full-time business owner in 2018. Woo! My healing journey, getting through those traumatic experiences is what led me to serve by creating a business where I can support others using my gifts. I started my business in 2016, and then this year in 2020, I felt called to really just focus solely on supporting single mothers. And I'm so grateful for stepping into that space and answering the call, because this is where I feel I can have the most impact by helping other single mothers. So I am a spiritual healer, a spiritual guide, a spiritual coach or advisor. You can think of me as your fairy godmother, here to help you create the life that you desire, attract the love that you deserve. This circle is, it's a monthly call that gives us the opportunity to discuss topics that matter to us in love and life, whatever. And it helps us to shift our energy and our perspective, and also gives us just a chance to connect. So sometimes we will have a set topic. Other times I might just do like an open office hours with Q&A. Some days I might just feel called to just pull cards during our time. So it depends. But I'm very excited. We will be doing these monthly. So the next one is going to be on December 12th. And we're going to be talking about releasing 2020 so that we can step into the new year feeling refreshed, feeling empowered, and focused, right? So I am excited. Now, the only thing that I ask of you is that all of the information discussed here remains in the sacred circle. So to respect each of us in our privacy, you may want to take some time to get a journal, notebook, piece of paper, and something to write with, because you might want to take notes. And we're also going to be doing some journaling exercises today during our time together. So this, just to let you know, I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm not at 100%, maybe around 87-ish. So I've got some tea here to kind of help me stay going. And I've got my essential oils and all of my things that I need for my wellness. So I may need to pause and take a sip every now and again. I was trying to see if I could keep that from shaking, but it's all good. So how this flows is I introduce myself. I'll go through the intention for tonight. We can go through and do introductions, so you can share your intention with me. We'll do a connection exercise, and then we will get right into tonight's topic. So, I feel like I was moving very fast, and it's probably because I am so excited. But my intention for tonight is to really help you be open to the idea of having an attitude of gratitude and really shifting out of looking at problems and complaints to a more empowering perspective on things that will be have you in a space where you are able to feel more gratitude in your life. Because what we focus on, let me see if I can adjust this, is what grows. And if we are focusing on a lot of negativity, then chances are you're going to see heightened negativity in your life, versus if you start to focus on the positive things, then you'll start to see those grow and multiply. So if you want to introduce yourself, go ahead. I'm going to actually shift my camera a little bit to see if I can get it a little more stable. Oh, I think that's better. I've got a crystal stuck under there though. Okay, that's a lot better. I like that better. I like that better. Okay. So for tonight, the intention for tonight is just to really be open to the idea of gratitude and see how you can incorporate that into your own life, into your own practices. And let me see if I can move this a little bit. No, okay, we're stuck here. It's all right. I had to shift things around in my office because Savvy has kind of been in here and it's transformed into her classroom and play area. So everything is like just not where I need it to be right now. But it is all good. So feel free, if you have an intention for tonight, you can type it in the chat box or just introduce yourself. And so now we are just going to do a quick connection exercise. If you're in a space where you can kind of close your eyes and kind of just drop in, then feel free to do that. So I would like to invite you to step fully into the circle with an open heart and open mind, and to really connect within your heart space. So I want you to close your eyes if it's safe for you to do so. You can place your hands over your heart, and I just want you to take 3 nice, slow, deep breaths in your own rhythm, in your own pace. And as you're breathing in, I want you to see a beautiful pink light radiating above your head. And as you continue to breathe, you see this pink light just encircle your entire body. And you are surrounded by this pink, warm, loving energy. And if you feel called, you can see this energy radiating throughout your home, covering everyone in it and around your house, just surrounding everything in a blanket of peace, of love, of light. And just continue to breathe. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. You may want to move around just a little bit and know that you are love, you are love, and you can bring that sense of peace with you as you go throughout your day, throughout your night, throughout your week. And now that we are feeling a little centered, present, we are going to go ahead and dive into tonight's topic, which is gratitude. And if you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat box, and I can try to answer them as we go through. Hello, thank you for joining. So, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. I wrote a couple notes for tonight. I know gratitude is not something that's normally taught as a child, where it's like, this is how to be grateful. This is how to cultivate, an attitude of gratitude. So it's not something that's necessarily taught. And oftentimes we think of it as, okay, well, I just say thank you, or I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that. But really it's a state of mind, it's a state of being. And it's more than just a list of things that you're happy about, that you're grateful for. So I want to share a little bit of my story and how I got to really get to know gratitude, and what shifted me out of a very negative state into one where I'm like, okay, let me be grateful for things. Let me step into this space of graciousness. So I know what rock bottom looks like. I've lived in a very dark and painful places. And that is kind of what introduced me to gratitude, because I, in my early 20s, went through some very traumatic experiences with domestic violence and child custody issues, just everything under the sun that you can possibly think of. I experienced it. It seemed like all at once, everything was just piling up on top of me. And I didn't have anything to be thankful for. I was like, life really sucks. People are horrible. I'm losing everything that's important to me. I'm struggling right now. No smiles. There was nothing to smile about, nothing to be grateful for. So, I had been living in that energy. And I see a lot of people in that space now. Like, there's a lot going on in the world today on top of everything else. And when someone is hurting, or they feel wounded or bitter, hurt, it shows up in our demeanor, the choices that we make, our words, our actions, everything. Everything is energy, so it just radiates around you. Like, you can tell, like, something's off with somebody's having a bad day. And like I said, we don't necessarily learn about these things early on in life so that we're able to navigate them differently. And so I think that learning about things like energy, law of attraction, emotional intelligence, spirituality, gratitude, all of that, like, those to me are life skills that we should learn, and that should be normal parts of our lives. And of course, and a whole bunch of other stuff I didn't list too, but gratitude. So when I looked up the definition, it was the quality of being thankful, the readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. And I thought it was very interesting that they called it a quality, because, and also it's a feeling. It's not necessarily a thing or an action, or a verb, which a lot of times when we think about being grateful or making a gratitude list, it's less focused on the feelings of appreciation and just more like, okay, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that, I'm thankful for this. So we are going to do some journaling exercises. So just make sure you have pen or pencil, something to write with and something to write on. And you can always go back and watch this later. I will upload the recording in the community once it's ready. So, like I shared before, that I struggled with depression and anxiety, and out of the chaos of domestic violence, just a lot just spiraled out of control in my life. And I lost everything. I had an art studio, my job, townhouse, like friends, everything that mattered really seemed to be stripped away. And I felt like I could not get a break. No matter how hard that I was trying to show up and do right, it just seemed like I would just keep getting knocked down over and over and over again. So it just felt like everything was over. Like I could not think of not one thing that I had to be grateful for. And coming back from all of that and being able to look back at all the things that I came through, even though at the time I could not see it, once I got on the other side of that, like I could look back and I know now, like not to forsake like life and just the beauty of life. And one of the things that I tell people is like, well, I don't have anything to be thankful for. You have, if you woke up today, you can be thankful for the sky, the trees, nature, little things. You saw a dog, a cute dog. You can be thankful for those things that make you feel good. Because even starting out on a micro level like that can help increase the awareness and starts to attract more positive energy into your life. And that's why I see gratitude as a state of being. It's a feeling and it's a mindset. It's not only just, being happy or proud or appreciative when things are going your way, but it's still having that energy. Even when things aren't going your way, you can say, you know what? Yeah, okay, that might suck, but it doesn't have to suck all the life out of me. Like I still have these other things to be grateful for. And that's where I see a lot of single moms struggling, because life raising a child by yourself is not easy. And especially if you don't have the financial help or support, you can have feelings of guilt, feeling burdened, stressed, of course, anxious, depressed, abandonment issues. Like there's a whole wealth of emotions and things that come up to where you feel bad and you feel like, why would I be grateful for this? And, there's endless thoughts and worries that we have. Like, am I going to have enough? Will I be able to take care of things that I want to do for my family during the holidays? Is everything going to be all right with, the pandemic and with my job and all this other stuff that's happening in the world? Like, are we going to be okay? And because you have the full weight of that, there's no share of that responsibility. There's no sharing of those feelings and those energies. And sometimes it can be hard to stop and say, okay, I'm grateful. Like, I'm good. We're good. Everything's okay. And I think I dealt with that as well. Not too long after I had my youngest, I struggled with a lot of things because everything that I envisioned and was promised was not provided. I felt like I made a mistake, and it wasn't that I resented anything or, being a mom or anything like that. It was just like, damn, like, this isn't what I signed up for. Like, why is this happening? We go through those range of emotions, which is almost like the process of grieving. So you go through a range of emotions And, I saw that, okay, I've added more responsibility to my life. And, I was also focusing on what was missing, the support that I did not have, the relationship that I did not have, the companionship, the financial support, the free time. Like, there was just a lot that was missing, and I felt that I was lacking. So I wasn't seeing the beauty or in a space where I could be grateful for everything that was going on. So I felt like, okay, I got to work. I have to make sure like all of these things are taken care of, not to mention stress at work when I was still in corporate America. So it was just like issue after issue after issue kind of compounding. And so when that starts to happen, we can feel, what do I have to be grateful for? This seems like a big ball of stress. Let me just take a sip. So one of the things that I think, especially for single moms, because, and I see this a lot in different groups that I'm in, where, moms are angry because they see their child's father, they're buying Jordans, they're dating and not taking care of their child, not seeing their child, not providing financially for their child. So there's a lot of like, how can he do that and not take care of his kid? And all of that's valid. But I think the issue where we start to lose our power and struggle with gratitude is that we're not taking ownership for our feelings and what we are able to control. So complaining about what he's doing and how he's living it up and all of that, like, it hurts. Like, I know that hurts. When they're not taking care of their child, I can understand that, but we're not able to change anyone else. And the more that we focus our energy and our thoughts and all of that on external factors, then we start to lose our power. We start to focus on what we feel that we lack. And that's when we start to miss the blessings that we have. And that's what kind of sets us up to feel like we're struggling, like we're, we should be doing better than we are. And that kind of blocks our gratitude. It kind of blocks our blessings. And so one of the biggest things that I see is worrying about the absent parent, their issues, if they're going to come around, what decisions to make regarding them and things like that. That's one of the biggest challenges that we face as single moms. And, this time of the year can be especially stressful with the holidays coming up. And you may not feel that you can provide the holiday experience that you want, or you feel like, you should have a family together, or how do you navigate holidays? So I think it's really important too, especially we have, seasonal depression starts to set in because there's not enough sunlight. We're not getting outside or being as active. So when it comes to gratitude and, trying to step into that space where you can be gracious, even when you feel like things aren't going your way, when things are really stressful, is to focus on what you've accomplished and what you can do. So think of 3 things, and you can write these down. This is going to be part of our exercise. So think of 3 things that make you feel less than grateful, that make you feel stressed or overwhelmed, that upset you, that bring you down. And you probably have more than 3 things, but write down 3 things and try to leave some space in between so that you can go back, because we're going to do a little writing exercise underneath, and I'm going to write some stuff too. So yeah, think of 3 things that bring you down, or where you feel like, something is lacking or something is missing. And I'm going to give us 5 minutes to do that. And I'm going to put some music on. And where is the chat? In case there is, let me check the chat box. Okay, we're good. Where's my music? some nice healing sounds for us for the next few minutes, so we can kind of write down some things that you're struggling with, where you would like to maybe infuse it with some gratitude or positive energy. Journaling and shift these into a more positive, something that where you can pull out what I like to call the silver lining in the cloud. All right, so if you have your 3 things written down, we're gonna work with these and kind of break it down a little bit to see, like, what is this? So one of the ones that I wrote is, how come he isn't taking care of our daughter? It's a very common thing, right? If you're a single mom, you probably have asked this question, like, how do you just not be responsible? How do you not care about a life that you created? So one of the things that I wrote down was, can I control this? And what does that have to do with me? So asking the question, can I control it, helps you to see, like, what is within your control? What is it within your locus of control? And those are the things that you can actually affect change on. A lot of times we spend so much of our time focused on things that we cannot really control, and that only agitates us even more. So when we start to shift and focus instead on things that we can actually change, excuse me, that's where we start to feel more empowered. That's when we can start to make things happen and kind of like reclaim our power and step into that feeling of appreciation and gratitude. So can I control it? Honestly, no, I can't. I can't make him take care of his daughter. I cannot make him show up. I cannot make him be consistent. I cannot make him do anything. So then what does that have to do with me? Well, him not taking care of her puts a strain on not only myself, but her. It makes me feel bad. And so when I think about that, what are the remedies to that situation? There's court, there's child support, there's maybe even trying to have a conversation with them if you feel like that's something that you want to do. So think of ways that, like, okay, well, if this is bothering me, what can I do about it? Are any of these options feasible for me? Do any of them feel good? Like, is it something that I really, really want to do? And then also, think about the impact that you're having. Is your family taken care of? Whose support do you have? So maybe, you have sisters, brothers, you have, grandparents or your parents, friends, babysitter, childcare at work. So start to think of ways in which your child is taken care of. Well, we have a roof over our head, refrigerator, it's got food in it, got clothes. She's doing really good in school. So start to think of, instead of what he's not doing, start to think of what you're doing and the things that you want to do and how you want to improve that. And instead of it being like, well, why isn't he taking care of her? You start to see, like, I've got this, I'm good. And then there's always the option of not having to be a single parent forever, because maybe you decide that you want to start dating, or you want to call in, manifest a partner who is going to be a good parental figure for your child. So it shifts everything completely when you go from, well, he's not doing what he should have been doing, and now I've got to do all this. And you start to see, like, yeah, I'm doing all of this, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it to the best of my ability. And if not, then what resources are available to me? What support do I have? How can I empower myself? How can I get what I need? Whether it's, getting help, getting a babysitter, getting a better job, or maybe meeting someone, like I said, who wants a family. So that's just one example of how you can kind of shift from that lack and, something making you feel that there's nothing to be grateful for, and start moving into your own power and your own energy, as far as what you can do. And then when you start to see, like, okay, well, yeah, she's taken care of, my parents do help, even though sometimes they annoy the crap out of me. Like, that feels good. Like, even just saying, like, I'm not in this alone. I got people. We're doing pretty good, So, like, yeah, that's way more empowering than being worried about what someone else is doing. So let me know if that makes sense in the chat box. If you need to or want to come off of mute and share one of your things, you should be able to unmute yourself. Or you can just type in the comment box if you want to share something also. So another thing that I wrote down, I messed up my credit messing with him. Oh, there we go.
Hi. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's kind of where I am. I have like this, like my credit is good, but I have like these student loans. So that's my, I'm just kicking myself in the butt, like all the list of regrets right now, because like it's a lot of things that I'm trying to establish to do as far as like my own business as well. And I'm thinking like the debt to income ratio, because my student loans are so high. Like I have like right now good income coming in, and then like my credit is good, but then they're looking at like, okay, you have $100,000 in loans, so now what? So yeah, that's the one that I put there, and I'm just like, it's
that makes sense. Someone shared something, I forget where I heard this, but about like debt, instead of, because we say the word debt and it feels very heavy and it's like bondage, but they said look at it as, how do they say it? Hold on, let me think. Kind of like being grateful. Like I went to college, I have a degree, I had this amazing experience, and this is like it's an energy exchange almost, in a sense. But yeah, that's, I feel you.
It's like no way around it. No way around it.
I don't know if there are like loan forgiveness programs. I think there might be like different programs available now, especially with the pandemic and everything. So that might be worth looking into.
I was researching some today, like if you're into public safety or like just doing something for nonprofit. Yeah, so that is something that I kind of got on the ball with researching today. And I even seen a YouTube video where he said that we can get them, you can get them disputed. So I was just like, okay, that's a long shot, but I'll try.
Yeah, so it's options out there. And like once you start researching, you start to feel like, okay, this is manageable, this is doable, like I can do this.
Yeah.
But it always helps to like really like just start to unpack problems. Because sometimes we just look at it and it's like this big problem just looming over our head. But when we start to look for solutions, it's like, okay, like I can manage this, I can handle this. So
a little sigh of relief, yes.
Yes. And I don't know what you study, but I know, like you said, public sector, healthcare, what else? I think even teaching.
Yeah, I think teaching is one of them too. Yeah, I've seen that.
Mm-hmm. I know they have some grant programs where, I know for nurses and doctors, like if you were to work in like a rural or underserved area, they were doing like loan forgiveness and grants and stuff like that. So I would definitely look into it.
Thank you.
And another thing that I've been exploring is looking at other countries, because America, for a single mom to live, is not the most financial friendly place. But moving to other countries, like I even think like Ghana, Costa Rica, where the dollar is stronger, you get more for your money. So I don't know if you like to travel, that's also an option.
Let me write this down. Yes.
Yeah. And I noticed there's like a lot of single moms that are doing that. They're opting to leave the States and go to other countries because it's more affordable. Like either Finland or Sweden, like they get free childcare, free education, and free healthcare. So many things that we don't get access to
here. Yeah.
So that's also an option if you like to expand,
Oh,
think outside the box. Yes. Yeah, and that's one of the things, like my credit, like that was one of the things I wrote down too. And I was like, well, credit can be restored. We can rebuild credit. you know, there's different things that I can do to like get things disputed and start rebuilding things. So, and then, you know, the lesson learned in it all. So it's like, it's not something that's bad. You know, I did something out of the kindness of my heart. This was the end result. And that's what it is. So
I'm kind of going through something like that as well, but it's managed, but it's still just like you
the
use your
principle.
credit and trying to do stuff for people and they just don't even be deserving. Yeah.
I learned that lesson. I was like, you know what? Cool. I'm glad that I was in a space where I could be of support to you, but now I see that I need to make sure that I'm supporting me and mine before anything else.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was a big thing for me. Big lesson to learn. But I think with gratitude, it helps. Like I keep a gratitude journal. I don't know where it is at the moment. That's what I forgot to pick up. But just writing down like things that I've accomplished, even little things. I bought groceries this week, bills paid on time, like just writing down the little wins, the big wins. I graduated from college, like, you know, I have my own place. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It helps because sometimes we can't see the things that we've done ourselves. And especially like if you're not around people who like to like cheer you on, because some people, you know, they like to keep you in a box and be like, oh, remember that one time 10 years ago when you made a mistake? And you're like, no, but okay. So it helps, you know, to be able to look back and see all of the things that you've accomplished, the things that you're working towards. Especially like if you have a goal, a lot of times we're looking at the end of the goal and we forget the progress that we're making along the way. So it can seem like I'm not doing nothing. I'm not where I need to be because I haven't, you know, made it there yet, but you're taking the steps. And so we forget to enjoy the journey and enjoy the process of life as we're going, because we're so focused on like, I gotta get there. I gotta get this taken care of, because if I don't, then what am I doing? So we have to just like be gentle and like enjoy the process and not get hung up on how we thought things would go, and just start to look at like, what can I do right now to shift things where I want them to be? And, you know, what did the past teach me that can help me get to the future that I want? I would sit and just like keep writing and just like making little notes like, okay, what can I do about this? How can I shift this? What is more empowering? How can I learn from this? Because it helps to like not feel bogged down or that like it's a mistake or anything. So I don't believe necessarily in mistakes. I feel like everything that happens either for a reason, to teach us something, for us to grow from it. And so it's just up to us to get that nugget of wisdom and use it to like propel ourselves forward, instead of getting caught in like the drama or the pain of it all. And I see it so much, especially in younger single moms. It's like a whole lot of drama. Like, so-and-so, my baby daddy tagged me on Facebook and him and his girlfriend was cussing me out. Like, why didn't you not block his ass a long time ago? Like, what are you doing? You don't have to engage. You don't have to get caught up in that. Like, stop worrying about him. The more that you worry about him, the less you're gonna be worried about you. And yeah, it just kind of keeps reliving that. And I know it's hard, like to get over the loss, the abandonment, and like find your footing again. But a lot of times people don't even get to that place where it's like, okay, I moved on, I'm focusing on me. They're still in that hurt space where it's like, I can't believe this is my life. Like, I can't believe they did this. And It doesn't have to be that way.
Can I share one thing? Just
Yeah.
touching on that. So my daughter, she's older, she's 17. So I was one of the mothers that were, you're going to take care of her. You're going to do this. Like I was trying to force it, and it just wasn't like organic or him doing it. So I just got to a place where I, like you said, I focused on me and what I could control and what I could do in the situation. And at some point he did get it together. So he was on child support. He wasn't paying it, and whatever, he didn't work. So it was like $40. So, again, I just took that, what I could control, and focused on me. And I took him off child support because I'm like, I'm not getting paid for it anyways. He did come around and kind of help, where he paid he gave me like half of like the back that he owed, and then we just wiped it clear. And after I just took focus off of him and more just on me and what I can do in my situation, like I was truly blessed to like be able to take care of my child, provide, and whatever he did was bonus. And I always try to preach that or tell my friends, like, listen, like as long as you have that focus on him or what he's doing or what he's out there doing, and you're not really, honing in on what you can control and what you can do, and you're still honing in on just like, oh, child support and that sort of thing. I just let it all go. And like I said, I'm forever blessed behind that. Like I didn't have any, I lacked nothing. My daughter was provided for, and I did it all on my own. And again, what he did was bonus. Like he still don't put money in my hand. She'll call him now and just say, hey, can I have some money or something like that? And he'll give it to her. But I was just like, yeah, that's kind of my testimony. I love it because I'm just like, I didn't realize it until like just this moment, like, wow, once you just kind of take that focus and place it somewhere else, like you'll see the changes and definitely get to where you want to be. That's for sure.
My oldest, she will be 18 in December, and then I have my 5-year-old. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But I wouldn't change it. I think it's just really, and that's the thing, one thing that I've learned about motherhood, no matter how it comes about, like there's something very sacred about it. And not everyone can answer the call to be a parent. And I think a lot of men especially have a lot of like their own wounding and trauma, because for you to just walk away from a life that you created, you got to be crazy.
I just never understood that.
Something is wrong on a very deep level. So that's why I say, like, just let them be, and either they'll grow up or they won't. And they have to deal with the ramifications of that when they get older. But I think a lot of men are just not emotionally mature or equipped to deal with the responsibility that being a parent is, which I think they should just stop having sex, but they don't. They don't. So yeah. But that is awesome. But that's a great realization too. Like, when we focus on ourselves, like we could do anything. And I feel like it's mainly like a mindset, like knowing like I don't have to struggle. I don't have to, chase this man down and try to force him to do anything. Like, what do I want to do? How do I want to live? And then do that. But I think too, we don't always have the resources or that modeled to us. So it's like having to like see that or somehow have it introduced to you to say, okay, like, let me like get my life together. Because if I had just sat around and waited for my friends at the time to like, give me the good word or something, I would probably still be doing dumb stuff today. So yeah, it's very interesting. But that's what I had to do, just rebuild from ground up. And then I had to do that kind of a second time. But it's all good. Like everything is good, and we're taken care of. And I feel very fortunate considering like some people don't have jobs and they dealing with crazy stuff. And I'm just like, blessed. Like life is really good. Life is really good. Are you in North Carolina?
I am. Yes, I'm in Apex, but Apex right outside of Raleigh.
Okay, yeah, I'm right outside of Raleigh. I'm in Wendell.
Okay, I have family out there.
Oh, awesome. I
Yeah.
like it. It's so quiet out here.
Same over this way too. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. And I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, she's in North
Yes.
Carolina too.
Yes, meow. Been here
Are
for
you
what, 3 years? I'm originally from Ohio, but
okay?
I moved to Maryland for 5 years, and then I came here after that.
Nice. How did you like Maryland?
I love Maryland. It's so much it's just like culture diversity there, but it was just crazy expensive. Like it was, I don't even know well, I do know how I got there, but I sustained for like 5 years, and I'm like, okay, it's time for me to go. Like I didn't feel like I was ever going to be like a homeowner because the market and just like the cost of living is really expensive. But
Yeah.
I got here and it's like it shot up too. So like it really wasn't different. It's not, I mean, it's cheaper and you get more for your money here. I feel like you get your bang for your buck here.
Yeah, it's definitely on the up ride.
Yes, but it is good. It's creeping up there. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, it is. That's why I was like, I really like it here, but I was like, I could live like a queen in some other country.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Especially like working for myself, and I'd be good.
Mhm. No,
So I'm just researching like what country where and all of that. So we'll see what happens.
that's good.
Yeah.
I actually had just the thought, because I was like, my daughter, she would actually graduate the 2022, should be 18. So it's like, you know what? Like she's gonna be on, getting up there. It's like, I might just explore and just go out the country for a little while. She's like, Mom, you can't leave me. I'm like, you can come. You can come.
That's what
But
I was telling my daughter too. I was like, I stayed because she started college this year. And I was like, well, let me wait until at least your freshman year is over, and then I'm out. And I was like, well, you can go to school abroad. You know, like you don't have to stay
big around. I told my daughter that I always try to push on her, like, why don't you go abroad and I'll just come with you? It's just us. And she's like, I don't want to go. Like, see her family and everything. I'm just like, okay. So once you get of age and you'll see it for what it is, you'll be like, Mom, where are you? Come get me.
Yeah, that's definitely what I would love to do. Just travel, go from place to place.
Oh, yeah.
Experience different cultures. I see a lot of parents doing that now, like world schooling, where they're like taking their child to, these different historical places and just getting to live different cultures. I think you learn so much more traveling than you could in a classroom anyway.
Absolutely, because they're not teaching you the truth anyway, so.
No, they're not. They're definitely not.
So yeah, just the eye opener, just to experience it all would be really nice.
That is the plan for sure. Let me see. Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about on this?
Sorry, I know we kind of just.
Oh no, you're fine. I just wanted to make sure I covered everything. Yeah, I think we did. Oh wait, I guess a gratitude journal. Do you have a gratitude journal?
I do. It was I forget her name, Coach Hope, I followed on Instagram, and she had like the 5-minute gratitude journal.
Okay.
So it just kind of it tells you like 3 things you're grateful for. It's nice, it's upstairs. I keep it on my nightstand so I can kind of do it in the morning. 3 things you're grateful for. Oh, what would make today like a good day or a great day? And then you do like positive affirmation at the bottom. And then you even go back like for the evening and then like just kind of write like what made today great, or what could you have seen, what would you have wanted to do better or something like that at the bottom. It's like maybe like 2 lines for that.
Well, that's nice. I like that. I did something similar. Like I think it was like Ayana Van Zandt who had like, you do 5 things you're grateful for, 3 things you want to accomplish, and something that you need to forgive yourself for, something like that. I'll have to look, and if I find it, I'll put it in the group. And I like that a lot. But I go through and I'll do that. And then some days I'll just write some affirmations. I have a few pages of affirmations in the front. And so like, if it's a rough day, I'll just sit and read it. And that helps a lot. So yeah, but I think it is a very transformative practice, especially if you're doing it like mindfully and you're not just like, okay, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. And you're like really sitting like, yeah, like this really makes me feel good. You know, it has a big impact because the more that we stay in positive energy, then we start to attract more of that. You start to see more blessings, more things you have to be grateful for. So yeah, I think that was the only other thing, was just like having a gratitude practice daily is really helpful.
I gotta get into the habit of writing in it daily. Because I'll skip, like I know I just went in there and I think I did, like I was doing good in October, then I kind of fell off. So that is like my goal, is to like write every day. But I have, if not in there, I've been doing, like I have my journal, because I even did your previous topic that you just did, not for October. Like I just did that the other day.
Awesome.
I wanted to get caught up with this one. So I was like, yeah, let me get started. So that was good too. Yes. I shared that with my friend because she needs it most.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it myself, just the healing and everything, but I was like, girl, this is everything that you need to hear right now. So let me share it. I shared it with her.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I definitely love doing these and I can't wait to do more of them. But I said, let me start out monthly and see how it goes, and then I might increase it.
Yeah.
I used to do these in person and we can't do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss that.
The world that we're living in, it's like a bubble right now.
It is, but it's all good. I think, especially this year, if we use, it's a very transformative year. And it was one that kind of highlighted areas for growth, areas for healing, and just, I feel like it's like really was clearing out a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff. And I feel like 2021 is going to be a very powerful year, depending on like what you did this year.
Yeah.
Like, I know some people who, you know, they just whatever. And then other people are like, you know, I really, you know, my eyes were open this year. Like I gotta live. And so like, you know, we're setting all these new goals and stuff. I think next year is going to be a very, very powerful year. Still might be a little shaky, but it's going to be a powerful year.
Yes, I'm claiming it.
Yes, me too. I'm just grateful. This year for me was okay. It wasn't too bad. Life has been very good to me, so I was very grateful for that, and I just pray that continues.
Amen to that. But yeah, no, I actually saved, because I'm like, I'm not out doing a lot of my normal. So I was like, oh my God, I'm like everybody. And I'm grateful for that, because my friend, she was just like, girl, like, you know, she kind of gave me like the raw, like where everybody kind of like losing their job and just how the struggle and just everything. And I'm like, here I am, I get to work from home. I'm saving my money. Like, this is like the most I've had in my checking account.
That's awesome.
So I was like, gosh, this whole thing, I lack none. I lack nothing. So.
And I think that is a true testament, like to go through something like this and not be touched. That's a blessing in itself.
Yes.
A blessing in itself, because like life been good. Like I can't complain.
Me neither. I was like, my car's paid off. That was a big hoorah for me.
Yes.
I found some other insurance, so that went down. So I'm just like, everything is just scaling down to kick out, and I get to keep a bulk of my money. So yes,
that's just beautiful.
Extremely blessed for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep that good energy flowing, and I'm excited. Next month, I think it's going to be Saturday, December 12th, and we're going to be doing like a 2020 release and kind of setting some intentions for the coming year. So I'm very excited about that.
I like
Last
that.
time I did this it's kind of like a guided meditation where we walked through the entire year and just packed up all the stuff we wanted to get rid of. And then we like set some powerful like intentions for the coming year. So I'm excited.
Okay, yes, I love that. I love that. Yes.
So we are gonna start this coming year with some focus and from a good space. So
Yes.
yeah. And I will have
Beautiful.
some more events coming in there too for 2021. So be on the lookout for that. Did you have any questions or anything?
Okay, so I downloaded that app on my phone died. So I guess I'm just learning like how to try to navigate through there. I think I found because I found you had like a book list and there were some other things in there, like the library. So that was very helpful because I guess I didn't know, and I can't even go in there to demonstrate like where I found it, but I was like looking for stuff and I stumbled upon that. And so that was like a question that I had, but I kind of figured it out, I guess. I didn't know how to use the app. So I had it on my phone. So I'm learning it. Yeah.
I'll see if I can do like a little walkthrough, but I don't know if maybe you can see this. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So you use it on your phone, right?
Yeah, I have the app on my phone.
So can you see this? Where is it?
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
All right, so you can go to the menu right here. And then you'll see like all these different things. Like that's the home feed. I think Discovery just kind of shows the new stuff.
Okay.
And then go to topics. I think that's what that said. That's where like topics. You'll find the different things. I'm trying to keep everything in these little categories. So then you can go start here. The Healing Circle replays, whatever that is.
Resources. And then it's Momspiration. Master classes. Okay.
So everything is in there. And then there's like gratitude practices and stuff that I'll be adding in.
Okay.
And then there's events, and then there's some other groups, like subscription groups, courses, and that takes you like to the services page. But I'll see if I can find like a tutorial walkthrough so it's easy to navigate. But I like this platform because it's clean and it's clutter free. And so I was like, yes, I will do this.
Yes.
So but I'm excited. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. This was nice. And like I said, I'm so happy to have that next one. That's the one I need, that release, and just, you said, just walking through the months.
Yes. It's a very powerful exercise. It's been a while since I've done that one, but I cannot wait. If there's anything that you want to see in the community, just let me know and I will start adding more stuff in there.
So you had was it the Facebook? You have a Facebook group too, right? Is that still available or no?
It is. I'm moving everything into this group though.
Okay.
But Healing Single Mothers Facebook group, I don't think I'm going to delete it or anything.
No, I don't have, I deleted my Facebook, so that's gone. So that's perfect. If it's there, cool. Yes, that's perfect. Because I'm trying to, I had Facebook since 2006, and it's just like, that was a big release for me because I was addicted, and social media. So even when touching on your last class where you were like kind of staying away from social media, like if you're not in that space. So I just took Instagram off too, and my Snapchat is gone. So I'm like, I really just need, because I'm a procrastinator. So it's like, I need to hone in and get to where I need to be at in my life. So this is like just purging and then just finding you again, and then having these nice healing circles and stuff. It's like awesome. This is like right where I need to be. So I'm excited.
I love it. Thank you. Well, I will see you again in the group, and I will see you next month.
Okay. Nice to meet you again. And thanks again for having this. Thanks for your time.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
All right. Bye. Bye-bye.